need your full attention for a second, because this feels like a shift. I asked Claude Opus 4.6 to build a website. One structured prompt, no template, no Figma file, no design references. And a few minutes later, I wasn't just looking at code. I was looking at something that felt surprisingly close to a real product page. Not perfect, but intentional. So if you haven't seen Opus 4.6 yet, here's what it is, why people are talking about it, and more importantly, how to actually use it like a designer, not like a demo tool. Claude is an AI model. Opus is the high-end version. And 4.6 is getting attention because it doesn't just generate structure, it makes aesthetic decisions that feel current. In this video, I'm building 3 completely different websites live: a matcha and yoga cafe, a gravel bike and nature community, and an ultra-minimal digital detox platform. I'll show you the exact prompts, what works surprisingly well, where it still breaks, and the small strategic prompts that turn an AI concept into something usable. All right, clean slate, new chat, no prior context. Let's start with the matcha and yoga cafe. I give Opus a structured prompt, mood, sections, tone, and then I let it run. What stands out immediately isn't just the layout, it's the decisions. Typography, motion, atmosphere. Even a brand name appears on its own, Nami. And this is the moment where many people stop, because visually it already looks impressive. But professional UX thinking starts after the first output. The first result is always concept level. Now you refine intention. So instead of asking for more design, I give a second prompt. Clarify the primary conversion goal. Strengthen CTA hierarchy. Reduce visual noise. Improve scannability. Because AI can build aesthetics, but it doesn't automatically understand business priorities. That's still your role. And the difference after that second prompt is subtle, but important. It stops looking like a demo. It starts reading like a product. All right, second website, gravel bike and nature community. This type of platform is interesting because it's very easy to make it look exciting and still feel directionless. Maps, stories, events, visuals, everything competes for attention. So instead of focusing on visuals, I ask a strategic question. What is the core action? Join? Explore routes? Subscribe? And the follow-up prompt becomes about hierarchy, not style. Define one dominant journey. Reduce competing CTAs. Make the value proposition explicit. This is where Opus becomes powerful. Not when you ask for more effects, but when you give it clarity. AI builds possibilities. You define intention. All right, third website, ultra-minimal digital detox platform. Minimalism is brutally honest. If spacing, rhythm, and hierarchy aren't right, everything collapses. The first output is surprisingly calm. Slow motion, clear typography, a quiet visual tone. But minimal pages fail when they offer too many choices. So the final follow-up is simple. One promise, one action. Apply for a retreat. And suddenly the page feels focused. At this point, you've probably noticed the pattern. If you want to use Opus 4.6 for web design, you don't need complex workflows. You need 2 steps. First prompt, mood, structure, direction. Second prompt, priorities, hierarchy, clarity. Most people stop after step 1, but step 2 is where design thinking actually happens. Now, quick reality check. Images are often placeholders. Copy can feel generic, and real functionality still needs real implementation. This isn't a finished product, but as a starting point for layout, motion, and structure, it can save hours, sometimes days. If you want to try this yourself, open Claude in the web app. Select Opus 4.6. Start with a structured style prompt. Then add one follow-up prompt that defines priorities. And if you want more live builds like this, with prompts you can actually reuse, subscribe to the UXverse. I'm not just testing what's new, I'm testing what's usable. Build smarter, not just faster.